Okay, if you're feeling pretty good about playing up the scale from the bottom all the way up to the top, and from the top all the way down to the bottom, we're going to move on to page 8, exercise 2.7. And we're going to work on being able to transition a little bit to notes that aren't just in sequence. That's what we're going to start doing here. So, looking at exercise 2.7, we start on low G, go to A, go to B. Pretty simple so far, we've done this a ton of times. Then we go back down to A, then go up B, up to C. Then we go down to B, and then we go to C, to D, and then back to low A. So this is an exercise for the lower hand. It's just going to kind of force us to, just kind of move in different patterns than just going simply up and down. So let's work through it together. We'll go really slow. What I think I'll do is play the first 3 notes, then we'll take a breath and reset for the next 3, and then reset for the next 3, or, to finish for the last 4. Here we go. Starting on low G. Now we're going to reset to A. Now we reset to B. And then we just finish on a low A. Okay, let's do it at an even slower pace than that, but straight through from the beginning to the end. Here we go. If you have to go over through that last transition from D to A a few times, do it. Make sure you're not getting crossover sounds. And as we start venturing into more of these more complicated exercises, every time go through sort of an inventory and check your fingers. Make sure you're not tensing up too much. Stretch a little bit. I don't know if popping your fingers is good for you or not. You hear different things all the time, so I don't know. Make your own decisions there. But get stretched and stay loose. Here we go. We're going to run through that exercise again. A little bit faster. Let's see, we'll go, I'll count this one off. We'll go 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, so if you want to back up and run through that together a few more times or run through it yourself before you move on, just hit pause, and we're going to do it a little bit faster. 1, 2, ready, and. As we're getting faster and focusing more on, maybe more, you might say more melodious things as we go on here, we start getting into actual songs and stuff. Sometimes things like the pinky coming down for C gets forgotten. So as we move on, by no means should you never go back. Run those scales every day. When you sit down to practice, before diving into whatever you're practicing for that day, at least here at the beginning, maybe run a couple scales and just make absolutely sure that you're playing every single note exactly correctly. Because if you build a bad habit, then you have to unlearn it, and that's hard. Save yourself the trouble. So let's do exercise 2.7 one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Good. Now, if you haven't read music before, there are a lot of really good videos out there for time signatures, for rhythm, for note values, etc. So I'll try to link some in the description down below, some that seem good. But if this is totally new to you, we'll give you some very basic and simple overviews of note values and stuff here throughout this course. So in this case, you'll notice that all of the notes except the very last one, that last low A, are filled in. They're complete whole black dots, whereas that last low A is an open circle. So when you've got, and we'll encounter new ones as we go along, but for now, we're just looking at these two types, the filled-in circle versus the open circle. A filled-in circle is worth 1 beat, and an open circle is worth 2 beats. That's maybe a little overly simplistic, but we'll add some complexity to that as we move on. For now, that's all you need to know. So if we're counting off 1, 2, ready, and, then the values of these notes will be G, A, B, C, B, C, D, A. See that last A got 2 snaps? That's what that means.